So in truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles, is what you're saying.
Well, it looks like Simone Biles may have married a legacy of low achievement.
So you was really the catch in...
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so...
A man who, in an interview, says that he didn't know who she was, he didn't want her, and that she chased him down. And basically, he gave her a shut-up ring. I'm going to let you guys look at the interview that he did with some other guy. I don't even know the man's name. I don't know what team he plays for. Everybody knows who Simone Biles is, but he claims he didn't know who she was, and he saw her on a date nap, and she just chased him down.
So she really booked you.
She did, though.
Is what you're saying.
Because I was fighting it. So really, how she pulled me, man, that's the question, man. My boys are like, hey, man, you got to check out this app, you know? And I'm like, I'll check it out. Like, what is it? It pops up. And I'm like, I'll see what's Instagram, you know? And I'm like...
Look at her cheesing.
I'm like, oh, this might be...
Look at this nigga. All right. Y'all go find this woman's channel, watch the rest of this video, or just go find the interview if you want to give, what is it? I don't even know who those men are. Like she said, go watch that interview on your own if you want to. But honestly, I have to laugh as hard as this guy is, because are you not embarrassed? Are you not embarrassed? In the words of the great Mr. Keep It Simple, let me tell you guys something. No, but seriously though, like, what is this? What is this? You know, let me just say this. As a lesbian, although now I'm becoming more pansexual, but as a lesbian, let me just tell you something. Like, this man here, not him, her husband, he's a sister. That's a gay man right there. He's not gay for real. But look at him. Pretty as all get out and talking about how he's the prize. I'm 30 years old, y'all. I'm 30 years old. And believe it or not, I've actually have experienced a lot of life. Thank you, Jesus. And, ooh, you know. And I can honestly say that, you know, I'm also a little bit of a old soul, but man, even as a lesbian, I didn't think I would ever see a time when men wanted to be feminine so bad, like so bad. I mean, and it's okay. I guess no, it's okay. A man can be feminine because I guess women are getting more masculine, so the divine feminine and masculine still exists. But I think what I'm trying to say is, even as a lesbian woman, I understand that women with our womb come with a lot more of a feminine emotional response. And so what does this mean for gender norms? What does this mean when we have biological men with that level of testosterone now adapting feminine thought patterns? And do you know how they say, like, oh, it's a little more socially acceptable for women to be gay than men, right? And I'm not saying I agree with this, but I'm saying that's because love, intimacy is an emotional thing, which women obviously have an easier time accessing. So it's not uncommon for women to be driven into intimate settings with another woman because it's emotional. It's all emotional, and women are a lot. That estrogen, that womb is going to easily tap into that. So there's kind of, for lack of a better word, an excuse for why women fall into these homosexual tendencies. It's a little bit more of an understanding. So as a lesbian woman, and a woman that sometimes can present more masculine behaviors, although I'm very feminine when it comes to being like masculine, like I'm not masculine like that, but you know, when it comes to that, what does that mean when you have men who biologically are not navigating that same womb energy. It's like scientifically and spiritually, like by design, that testosterone is not necessarily pulling on emotional heartstrings to the extent that it is for women. So it's kind of like what happens when what happens when the logical essence of humanity stops stops really listening to logic, right? Because if there's one thing a woman, historically, by normality is going to do, is that she's going to tap into her emotions, into her nurturing side, into her, tender behaviors. A woman's going to do that. And that's kind of by design. As a man, who is by design what we would consider more of a logical mind, not mind, logical brain, not even mind, but brain forward, not heart forward. So instead of from like that solar plexus, they're coming more so from probably a throat chakra, or like a root chakra kind of place. It's just like, what does that mean when they start picking up language? Because we know that, I believe, men are the prize. No men is saying that. That's language that they have adopted from feminine nature, right? They're getting that from the women. And I guess because nowadays men want to battle equality, even though what it really is women weren't fighting for equality, we're fighting for equity. The definition is not people are illiterate and dumb, so it's been a fight for equality. Same thing with race, it's a equality, a civil rights fight. We're talking about equity, people, not equality. Please fix the language. It's an equity fight, but because of lack of intelligence, it's stuck on this equality. And so in order to mock the fight for equality, we see men adopting language that normally isn't suited for them. Now, if they want to pick up feminine language, obviously I'm the kind of person where I'm like, okay, every human, do what you got to do as long as you're not endangering other people. Because you can endanger yourself all you want. I don't think I care. Unless I love you, I don't really care what you do to yourself. Just don't endanger other people on purpose. You know what I mean? So I don't care what they do. But the thing is that this is a very good social topic here. In what world have we seen, in today's world, in what world have we seen men talk about I'm the prize? It's becoming more and more popular for men to say that. And do you not know what that means? Like, you and your logical brain, what you're saying is that you want women to go to a pond, put some bait on their fishing rod, and bait you as a fish out of the pond, catching you through your lip and pulling you, fighting you out of your environment, your comfortability, and catching you, which is something that women have to suffer with and have had to suffer with for years, which has resulted into, a fight for equality, which is really a fight for equity. Women aren't necessarily saying they want to be treated exactly the same. They want to be treated fairly. That's what the argument is here. So when we have men, and by men, I'm focusing on the biological nature of humanity, right? Because we're going off of history, biology, balance. Because if women are going to be feminine, stereotypically, majority, if women are going to be feminine and men are going to be masculine, what happens if we're all feminine, right? And then what happens if, roles are switching more and more. The roles are switching more and more, and I think what is being confused here is, if you're going to be a woman, and I'm using cis language here. So right now I'm not even talking about trans or non-binary. If you're going to be a woman and you're going to adopt masculine behaviors, that comes with an understanding that even as a woman with masculine behaviors, there is only so much I, as a woman with masculine behaviors, can do. Same thing with a man with feminine behaviors. There's only so much a man with stereotypical feminine behaviors can do. So what's happening is when a man says something like, I am the prize, first of all, you are subjecting yourself to the catch and not release, although sometimes it is release. I caught you, poked you, prodded you a little bit, and then I throw you back in the pond and hope you survive, although you're probably going to die in the water. But, men now are using language where they want to be caught up like women have been, and they want to be caught and go through the same traumatic process women are subjected to historically. This is now what a lot of men are wanting. At least that's what they're saying. We know he does not want to be a catch. You want to know why? Because he is a straight man. This straight man does not actually want to be a catch. He doesn't know what it means to be a catch. He's just using popular language and is using it honestly wrong. Because if my nigga, if you thought about what it meant to be a catch, like a woman has to be a catch, bend over and spread your butt cheeks, buddy. Get raped multiple times, more than likely, and then go back out to the world and try to function as a person that did not go through trauma and keep getting caught and raped and, thrown back out there. And then have, glass ceilings. Like, the thing is, he doesn't want to be a catch, but he's using language like that. So he's an idiot. And it's not just him. I mean, even I sometimes use language that I don't mean because language is hard. But the thing about language, though, is that when you start speaking things into existence, when you start saying things, your body, like a placebo, will start to react in those ways. So now, as he's saying, I believe I am the catch, now he's out here acting like a battered woman. And he's saying, I was pursued by this masculine woman. I did not want to be caught, but I was caught. And so now I'm with her. Which, is embarrassing. Because for one, poor Simone, are you not embarrassed? Also, young man, whatever your name is, Jonathan, are you not embarrassed? Because personally, I don't want to be caught by something I don't want to be caught by. And then you're parading around here like, yeah, well, it's all good to go. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want the girl, please don't be with her. Like, trust me, there's enough women that are in relationships they don't want to be in. We don't need to have all men who are supposed to be more logical in relationships they don't want to be in. But while he's out here claiming that he is a catch, just make sure you bend over and spread your butt cheeks too, because that's part of being a catch. Okay? Yeah.